Hi, I'm Mike Cirker. I'm the owner and CEO of Alpha Industries. We're a military-inspired fashion company. There was one question that I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into with this interview here, and that is, what do I wish I had known when I started my career or I took over this company, and what would I have done differently? I'm drawn to this question because it's something that I've thought about a lot, and I have a very clear answer for myself. And the two things, and this is just through my experience, what I learned to be critical and a little late in my understanding of the business. Number one, the value of having a strong, financially minded person in your circle is more than I understood when I started. As entrepreneurs, I find that we get very bogged down in day-to-day minutia, in what are the priorities of the business. And I think that having a financial person might sometimes feel like overkill for certain businesses. My business is a small business, and it felt like I needed designers for my fashion more importantly than I needed somebody to crunch numbers in finance. I was wrong. I learned after many years of trying to find a good financial person and hiring and having to let go a number of people that just didn't quite suit me, until I met my current CFO and brought him in, and he has changed the business so significantly. And it's not the accounting side of things. That stuff can be managed by a number of people, but the financial piece, which is really about forecasting, it's about, there's a piece to it of protecting your company, the financial health of the business. That's key, carefully managing your expenses. But the forecasting piece is what I was just blown away with, of just how valuable that is. Just getting that insight into the future of where likely destination that the company will go forward. Has allowed us so much opportunity to pivot, to change, to try a different option or direction or whatever, or salvage something or cut something. That has proved to me such a valuable thing. And if I had done some things differently, that would have been probably my first hire. And that person can be in-house as a CFO or a VP of finance or whatever it is. Or that person, there's plenty of people that are external that can consult or support externally. It might not take a full-time role, depending on the size and the complexity of the business. But I think in my experience, it was tremendous support for us. And then the second thing that I wish I knew when I first started, and I would have definitely given more attention to, is the value of having a plan. My mentors used to say this to me all the time: Mike, where's your plan? Show me your plan. Is that following your plan? And I understood it, I think, at a superficial level, but now, after just years of false starts and changes of plans and maybe 10 different versions of a strategic plan, I'm now settling into what feels like a really good, understandable, achievable, yet challenging plan, right? So you've got the vision, what you can declare in a statement or in your own mind where you're going, what you're trying to solve, what your goods or your service is going to do for the consumer. You then have to build your plan, your strategic plan. And it doesn't have to be a 5-year plan. It can be a 2-year, 3-year, whatever is the comfortable level of it. That's what I came to understand and why I feel good about our plan now. But just, I've heard so many mentors talk about this. You read about this all the time. There's so many different models of strategic planning out there. It can be a little bit overkill sometimes, but so important. Carve out your time. Get yourself in a quiet place or with your key people who really understand the business. Get that vision out there on paper, up on a whiteboard, whatever it is. Understanding, everybody clearly understands where you're going, maybe why you're doing it, all that kind of stuff. And then get to work on building out how you're going to do it over a long time period, right? All the various components of the business. And then the key to a plan that I've found in all the different models of plans is measurable goals, objective metrics, objectively measurable things. And 2 is accountability. Who owns it? Who is accountable for it? So that they know, and that's going to motivate them and drive them and their team, if they have a team, that you can always come back and say, okay, here's the plan. We're heading in this direction. Are you going to meet these metrics that you have signed up for? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, it's fine. It's a why. How can we bridge that? What should we do differently? Should we pivot? Whatever it is. But I think without a plan, with metrics, clear, objective metrics, and an accountability per metric, you're kind of running by the seat of your pants. And I did that for a long time, and we had ups and downs and a number of different scenarios that played out because of this. But now that I'm actually settling in, and I'm talking about 10 years until now, I feel very good about having that strategic plan. Now, I think the company is just so much better kept and running in a clear direction, and everybody kind of knows where we are. We're all on the same page, and it's because of this plan that we have put so much time and energy into building and feel real good about. And now it's kind of like our leadership. So that's it. That's my experience as an entrepreneur. What I wish I had understood a little bit better before. But best of luck to everybody. Thanks.